This podcast contains an English accent that most of our Irish listeners will find offensive. Also, there may be some colourful language that you're going to find less offensive. Now, over to Ryan and Leon. Enjoy the podcast.
So Jessie, tell me a little bit more about your dad, Tim. He ran a guest house when you were growing up. He's now a bar manager in County Kerry, but also a poet. What type of poetry does he write?
I mean, I don't even know what kind of type it is. I think it's just from the epicenter of his soul, you know. He's kind of shy in many ways, my dad, but wild and feral too. You know? And he'd be the kind of man who'd we go surfing or boogie boarding in that place in Finian's Bay that I was talking about. Mm-hmm. And, if there was a strong current, he'd be like, well, swim harder. You have to learn. The most extraordinary dad would, if it was 5 a.m. and there was a swimming lesson, he'd be up and he'd drive me, half an hour to the next town to be part of a swim team. And as an amazing cook, he was the cook, always was. We were laughing on our family group chat the other day because he would always find exotic things like star fruit and bring it into the guest house, and we'd be just completely beguiled by the star fruit or spices. He was just always kind of like a real artist, a real true creative,
intrinsically creative,
in his heart, you know. And his poetry, it's his biggest expression. And anytime we see each other, sometimes you don't have the space to say the things that you want to say to each other. But after we have, parted, he'll often send a poem which contains everything that was unsaid or what lives between us. And I guess Dad's words, I think, probably prefaced what I experienced when I met Shakespeare, because those words had where they were bottomless.
That was Oscar-winning actor Jessie Buckley.
Talking with Lauren Laverne.
I tell you what, I still have a gripe with Jessie Buckley. I'm still not over the emotional turmoil of watching Hamlet. I think I'm still gathering my tears from crying too much through that film. There was a point in that film where I couldn't even look at her. I was crying that much.
No. Rough. And you know what was mad? I didn't know she was... I think she was pregnant during the filming.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. She says that in the interview.
That's
so imagine
wild.
that. Imagine that. She gave birth 6 months after filming Wrapped.
Wow.
So those scenes where she's delivering the children the dead child, fucking hell, and she's pregnant herself. How fucking insane is that?
That is wild. Wild.
Are you interested in Jessie Buckley's dad's poetry?
Oh yeah, so I got sidetracked there. Yeah, went on a side quest. Of course I am interested in Jessie Buckley's dad's poetry from County Clare.
I am as well. And I've found some of Tim Buckley's poetry.
You've been sleuthing.
I have been scoping the internet trying to find something, and I found an interview with Radio Kerry.
Oh, lovely. Ah, yes, of course.
Thanks.
You don't listen every morning?
No, don't listen to it every morning.
I thought you had it on when you walked in the house. That wasn't Radio Kerry?
No, it wasn't. But I do have Radio Player, and sometimes listen to Sunshine FM.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
probably the most... What's the most kind of rogue radio station you listen to?
For someone who works in radio, I don't really listen to the radio unless I'm working. I listen to a lot of Nova.
That's the RT contract gone.
I listen to a lot of Nova.
On Radio Nova.
Yeah, I just like listening to 70s and 60s rock music, as opposed to... I listen to so much current music in my job that I'm like, I'll just take a little
bit
break.
of status quo.
Take a little
Slade.
break. I want to hear a little bit of, the Sultans of Swing.
Yeah.
Bit of Dire Straits job, do you know what I mean? Bit of the Doors.
Led Zepp.
Bit of Led Zepp, I'm a fan. Bit of Creedence Clearwater Revival. Bit of fucking Jimi Hendrix. That's what I'm digging, baby.
Yeah, fair. Well, thanks to the work of Jerry O'Sullivan, who had interviewed Tim Buckley.
The Jerry O'Sullivan.
The Jerry O'Sullivan.
From Kerry FM.
Kerry itself.
Ah, yeah.
He had Tim on the Radio Kerry show.
Talking about his poetry.
Talking about Jessie's current rise to stardom and her Oscar nomination. And this is a poem that he wrote for Jessie called The Actress. So this is a poem from Jessie Buckley's dad, Tim Buckley, taken from an interview with Jerry O'Sullivan.
Jerry O'Sullivan.
The Jerry O'Sullivan, and it's called The Actress. Enjoy it.
The whole lot of it, actually.
Do please.
The actress, she scratches the surface of the words that she reads, and she waits for their meaning like an essence to bleed. Then she turns and she tosses them alone in her head and waits patiently in silence until her imagination is fed. Then she stares in the mirror held behind her closed eyes, and the words, they dance inside her like a swarm of black flies that buzz like a chaos until its music appears with its discord of sorrows, darkness and tears. Then she mangles and mushes the feelings she feels until the scabs of emotions are tested and peeled, to be boiled in a soup that bubbles in her head, full of life's contradictions before they're planted in a bed, where all thoughts grow, the evil and good, the logical, the impossible, the misunderstood, the crazy, the mad ones, the sane and sublime, that tick, tick inside her all of the time. Then under the dim lights, the audience are fed a diet of this person that grew in her head.
Fabulous.
That was The Actress by Tim Buckley. Fucking hell.
What a performance that
What a
was.
fucking performance.
What a performance that was.
She didn't lick it off the stones anyway.
No, she didn't.
Imagine having a power for the dad. That'd be fucking mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and he really loves her as well.
Yeah.
Like, look at that level of that's such an intense bond.
You know, like the most you get out of my dad, like, ah yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
ah yeah, good yeah.
So
Like
nothing.
could be shit.
Get nothing.
Good yeah, huh? Yeah, yeah, grand.
Yeah.
Good yeah. That could be the poem. Good yeah.
You get more from your mum, and so do I.
Oh, I get
Fucking
too
hell.
much from me, man. To be honest,
Yeah. The dads.
Get a daily fucking podcast from me, man. She makes up for both of them. She's doing the
fucking
talking.
Yeah. My mum is so smart and so insightful for a woman who just watches telly. Just sits and watches loads of telly, but is one of the smartest people I've ever met.
She's watching them Chase episodes. That's
She's
why.
just so insightful, and she's so fucking, I don't know, like just has a knowledge about life that doesn't reflect the experience of life. Unless I came along and things started to stop happening.
She lived a life of. Oh, she could have. You could have fucked her.
Yeah. Well, don't we all? Don't we all come along and fuck it for him?
She was after the theatre every week, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking writing sonnets. Now she's enjoying fucking. What's that thing? Holiday. What's that thing over the hell where they're buying villas and they never really buy them?
Oh, Place in the Sun.
Place in the Sun.
Place in the Sun. Actually, that kind of links to a poem that I wanted to share with you, right? So I was reading, as I like to do on a Saturday morning, reading the Irish Times.
Oh, you do, yeah?
I did. And I found a feature from the writer Anna Carey, who just launched a book called Love Scene.
Lovely.
Which is she writes a lot of young adult fiction.
Oh, cool.
But this is a story that's basically a love letter to all of the kind of the rom-com shows and the TV of a childhood. And I ever find that recently, like most of the dramas you watch are really fucking dark and murders and stuff, and the kind of lightness and the things you enjoy kind of changes.
To be honest, I've been watching The Boys season 5.
I haven't seen an episode of The Boys.
Fucking mental.
Yeah.
There's people getting ripped in half on a daily basis.
Oh.
Like you're just have you ever seen The Boys? You know
No,
what it is?
no.
It's kind of like superheroes, but they're more like Greek gods. They're probably the worst people walking around because they can just kill anybody they want. They're just like, they see us like flies. And they're these horrible, horrible people, or really, really damaged people that happen to have superpowers. It's fucking incredible, but also really, really weird and dark and funny, and yeah, it's
I'll
just
have to give it a watch.
It's really good, but yeah, it probably yes. Yeah,
Like I watched fucking Should I Marry a Murderer the other day, which that's an amazing 3-part drama. It's set in Scotland about a girl who fell in love with someone, and then he told her that he'd killed someone, and it's all about what happens after, and like the kind of internal chaos that goes through your head when you're in love with someone, but you know that you have to tell someone, but you don't know what to do, and it's set in like the fucking Highlands of Scotland where he's a farmer and he buries the guy. It's a brilliant 3-part.
And when
drama,
do they go and buy the villa in Spain?
Well, exactly.
That's what I want to know. Yeah. And how much are they spending on the pergolas? That's what I want to know, Ryan. I don't give a fuck about the mountain cottage. I want to know what the real estate is for the Spanish villa in Valencia.
Well, you have. I love watching those shows, and Anna Kerry's in the feature of the Irish Times talking about like how you need a balance. You need like things that are important, but also you need things that are crack.
I've been watching Benidorm. A lot of
things like this.
Yeah.
I fucking Saturday morning before I read the Irish Times, I don't own many DVDs, but what I do own is a 2-part 50th anniversary of Looney Tunes.
Okay.
So I just chucked the fucking Looney Tunes on. I loved it. I was giggling like a fucking child. Bugs Bunny being a messer. I was like, this is amazing. So this feature is all about the balance, right? And she talks about a poem that was written by someone called James Oppenheim in 1911 that was turned into a popular song. I'd never heard of this poem before. I actually never heard of James Oppenheim before. So I thought we'd read it.
Let's.
And I saved it for the show. I didn't want to listen to it, so I've sent it you on a WhatsApp there. So you're gonna give it us.
I'm gonna give it a go.
It's called Bread and Roses.
Bread and Roses.
Yeah. Bit like I think it's like the W.H. Davis poem.
Bread and Roses.
Leisure or pleasure, is it?
Marxists.org.
Oh, sorry. I could have found a different
published
source.
in The Cry for Justice, an anthology of the literature of social protest.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, Bread and Roses by James Oppenheim. As we come marching in the beauty of the day, 1,000,000 darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts grey, are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we come marching, we battle too for men, for they are women's children, and we mother them again. Our lives shall not be sweated from birth until life closes. Hearts starve as well as bodies. Give us bread, but give us roses. As we come marching, unnumbered women dead, go crying through our singing their ancient song of bread, small art and love and beauty, their drudging spirits new. Yes, bread we fight for, but we fight for roses too. As we come marching, we bring the greater days. The rising of the women means the rising of the race. No more the drudge and idler tend that toil where one reposes, but sharing of life's glories. Bread and roses, bread and roses.
That was the poem Bread and Roses by James Oppenheim. It's not all about keeping alive. It's about celebrating life and having not just the sustenance of nutrition, but also like you have to fight for love,
for beauty
and blue skies and sunshine and fucking good crack.
Yeah. Pints in a beer garden on a sunny day.
Oh, stop!
But you also need to drink water because you'll die.
You need a pint of my waddy and a lager.
This
Robinson's fruit juice. If you're an English listener,
bread and roses.
Bread and roses.
You need the necessities, but you also need the beauty with it. You can put that on a fucking t-shirt if you want. Keep that.
But you do, though.
It's true. It's very, very true. That was one of them poems that I forgot why we were even reading it. It was just so good. Didn't it? I was like, I don't even know. What are we even doing right now? Oh, we're doing a podcast. I fucking forgot because the poem pulled me out of what I was doing.
Well, this is the roses of our life. No, like this is the thing. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Because like you need bread, you need roses, but I think for creative people, you need to some kind of you need to be seeding the roses in a way.
Planting seeds.
Yeah, you need to plant the seeds of those roses as well as fucking enjoy them.
As well as enjoy them.
But you have to enjoy them.
Rather than planting seeds and then moving on to the next, to plant more seeds, to plant more seeds, to plant more seeds. You need to keep coming back and going, I'll enjoy these for a while, rather than just rushing to the next and the next and the next thing.
Yeah. What life is this, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare.
Yeah.
That fucking banger from W.H. Davis.
It's fucking
same shit. Like you can't be always fucking worried about, oh, what's going to happen? I need this, I need that, and I need to create this. Like, no, you have to go to a fucking art gallery, meet your mates, go to a pub, garden, try to make space for the fucking crack of life. Do you know what I mean? It's important.
Like we both have gardens, but only one of us cuts their grass. But
yeah, we covered that.
Well, like, I'm planting grass seeds now at the moment, and like looking at seeds growing, and you're like, this is unreal. I'm literally looking at the most boring thing possible, grass fucking growing, and I'm like, look at me, I have cast these seeds into the soil, and I have created life. My little grass army that I'm doing, you know.
You're getting into that period of your life. Donna Ashworth has a poem about this. It's like, in your life, eventually you will notice the birds. And it's funny because it's like, no, you don't give a fuck about these things. And then all of a sudden, you're all whimsical about a sparrow.
Saw
and it happens to fucking everybody.
I saw Robin earlier. I was playing the tin whistle in my caravan. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're there now.
I was playing the tin whistle and a robin come, and I looked like the robin was dancing and then just fucked off, just flew away. And I was like, did the robin come over because I was playing? I don't think so. I was playing a really shit version of something on the tin whistle, but they were dancing, they were jiving, so I did know it was the bird. Donna Ashworth was fucking right. So I want to show you something, right? So this is something that popped up on me on the gram, but they're kind of, it's not a poem, but it's more just facts, random facts that I thought, you know what, these are really interesting. They're weird facts about books you probably didn't know.
Love that.
Right?
I'm ready for you.
There's only a few of them. So
yeah,
the smell of old books has a scientific name.
Go on.
The distinctive smell of old books is called bibliosmia, and is caused by hundreds of volatile organic compounds released as paper breaks down. The vanilla, almond and grass notes come from the degradation of linen in wood pulp paper. Researchers at University College London developed a way to use this smell to assess historic documents without physically examining them.
Huh.
That's one factor. Will I keep going?
Yeah, keep going, please.
Some books were bound in human skin. That's fucking a bit of a theory. Anthropodermic bibliopegy, that doesn't sound like a real word, is the practice of binding books in human skin, and it was more common than most people realise.
Well, it has to be.
Several books confirmed through DNA testing exist in collections, including Harvard University. The practice was most common in the 17th and 18th centuries, not that fucking long ago. Sometimes used for medical texts, bound in the skin of the very subjects they described.
Oh my fucking God.
Fucking horrible. Another factoid.
Please go.
The first novel ever was written by a woman, Murasaki Shikibu, around the year 1000. Widely considered the world's first novel. It predates European novels by several centuries and contains psychological depth and character development that rivals modern literary fiction. The fact the first novel in human history was written by a woman is one of the most overlooked facts in literary history.
Didn't know that.
The word bookworm refers to an actual insect.
Go on.
I will go on.
Little licey thing.
The term bookworm originally referred to insect larvae that literally eats through books, boring tunnels through pages while feeding on organic compounds in paper and glue. The most common culprits are book lice, silverfish and certain beetle larvae.
Fucking silverfish bastards get everywhere, don't they?
Scumbag bastards. Historic libraries lost significant portions of the collections to actual bookworms before modern preservation techniques were developed.
Oh, the little silverfishes eating the books.
Makes
sense.
I've one last factoid. This comes from the Instagram thing, Puberty, by the way. That's the name of the page if anyone wants to look or whatever the fuck, so we credit them. Yeah. The average person will read only 200 books in their lifetime.
That's pretty fucking depressing.
Pretty depressing. If the average person reads one book a month from age 20 to 80, they will read around 720 books in total. Most people read significantly less. Given that over 4 million books are published every year, a lifetime of reading covers a fraction of what exists. The gap between the books a person will read and the books they want to read is one of the quieter sources of existential discomfort most readers carry.
I understand that, man. I get that.
You get kind of like, I'm never going to be able to read all the books I want.
Well, that's a good problem because you're reading, but the bigger problem is where to start. If you want to get back in... If you want to get into reading and you kind of only read half a book on holiday every year and then you go to a bookshop or even worse, a fucking library and they're everywhere. These things are everywhere. It must feel like someone who's never listened to music and going to a shop and go, what is happening here?
Yeah.
How is this a thing that's so popular that all these books exist and I've never read one? It's interesting.
I always because I was lucky enough to grow up as a kid as a reader, so I was always reading. My uncle used to work in Easton's in the warehouse, so we used to get fucking cheap kids books. So we'd always come home to his kids with a load of books, and I'd get a few offshoots for it as well. So I always had books to read, and so I can't really imagine what it's like to not read. But I don't know. It's just, but then you always feel like, you fucking want to read, because when you get into reading, you always feel better after reading.
You always feel better after reading. Like I'm at a book a week now.
That's very good.
I read 50 books last year, and I've set myself a target of 52 this year.
Fucking
I mean,
hell.
this is a new run at it. I'm usually at, maybe 10.
Wow.
The last couple of years I've been fucking stepping up. And but I get it. Especially if you present yourself as someone who's quite educated and you've been to university and you don't read, the dread of it makes you not want to read. It kind of pushes you even further from the bookshop. It's hard. It's not the trigger. We said this before. The trigger is to find a fun book. That's all. Just
find one book that you
find
like.
a couple of books that are fun, and then fucking go from there. Jesus Christ, it's not that hard.
I love the Roddy Doyle children's books. Do you ever read Rover Saves Christmas or The Giggler Treatment? They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Right. He does one with the Giggler Treatment. Is basically there's this Irish wolfhound called Rover, and he's like obviously a big unit of a dog. But there's these things called the gigglers, and if an adult is horrible to a child, the giggler treatment hire Rover to take a massive shite, and then the gigglers will put it underneath the mean person's foot, so they'll make sure they stand in huge piles of dog shit. And they pay Rover for the shite. He takes a big shite, they cart it off, and they stick it under. If you're mean to children, it's the perfect revenge. Then they end up standing in a big pile of shite because of the gigglers.
Fucking hell. That's like the we're going to talk a bit later on about Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of the same. It's like the trust, give the children the trust and they will battle the adults. So not to patronise the kids too much and make sure that just stories about kids that are able to be wind-ups and to battle against the tyranny of adulthood, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But they will become adults. That's the thing. They're the next generation of adults. So you want them to grow up being independent and not mollycoddled and unable to be an adult. Because when they become adults, then they'll all fall apart at the seams.
Well, the reason we're going to talk about Roald Dahl is I went to see the Michael Jackson movie this week.
Getting bashed.
Left it, moonwalking, buzzing. I was dancing in my seat. It's an incredible film. I mean, like, it's not a movie with much depth, but like it's a great film if you just want to have a bop for a couple of hours. Which, like Anna Carey was saying, like you do sometimes have to have a bop. Very difficult to watch the Michael Jackson movie without thinking this is probably not the best thing to be doing. Yeah. And I think modern culture had decided that Michael Jackson wasn't someone to be celebrated too much. Like you don't listen to his music. Like where's his music anymore? Like before this biopic, I don't remember listening to a Michael Jackson song in fucking years because of the controversy. They quietly kind of disappeared. Away.
He was the most famous person on the planet for like a long time.
Yeah,
and it's mad now when you talk to like young people.
They don't know who he is.
They don't know who. They're like, oh yeah, my ma likes him. But like, how quickly someone can be like. I remember reading something before about him when he was in the Jackson 5 when he was a kid, superstar when he was fucking 8 or something. He couldn't wash his clothes. They had to buy him new everything, every day, because if he was in a hotel and the staff found out that he was laundering his clothes, they'd steal it.
Steal the clothes.
They'd rob it and sell it. So he'd have to just wear brand new clothes every day from the age of 8 because people would just rob his clothes on him.
That's insane. And culture has changed, hasn't it? Now, like the scenes in that film where people are fainting. I'm not sure people are fainting anymore.
Unless you're at a Taylor Swift concert and you haven't gone to the Jacks to drink water.
Maybe then, but people don't care as much, do they?
No, I even sure I'm watching Get Back, the Beatles documentary on Disney Plus, and that's like, you know, them in the 60s, and there's people there's women fainting en masse. There's like a bleeding a Mexican wave of women falling down because they're just, oh my god, the Beatles, and they're just fucking literally Beatles mania. Like that actually happens, which is mad. The people just fucking faint.
I don't think people are.
They're not fainting anymore.
Maybe they're better. They're not fainting. They're not fainting anymore.
Maybe they're better hydrated. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Even though drinks are expensive at concerts, I don't know how they're better hydrated. But they probably are. But it got us to think about, like, you know, if you like any art, you'll come across art from people that have done stuff that is morally really questionable, from actual criminals to people that have political beliefs or don't align with your own moral compass.
It's kind of like watching the Naked Gun films and O.J. Simpson's in them. Do you remember that? He's in Naked Gun.
Is he?
He's in Naked Gun.
I didn't know who
he's
in
the Naked Gun.
That's ridiculous.
And I love Naked Gun, and fucking O.J. Simpson's in it. It's so bizarre.
I guess he would have been a really famous person as well at the time.
Luckily, we don't have any O.J. Simpson poetry, so it's okay. We're not going to...
But we put the question out, do you know what I mean, of people who also had a bit of a struggling thing with, like, art and the artist. So I'll read you out a couple of messages that we got.
Messages.
Yeah, so here we go. So here's the first one. The strike novels are absolute masterpieces, and I still read them religiously, but they are written by J.K. Rowling, whose mode of feminism that refuses to acknowledge trans rights and is just completely transphobic makes me conscious of the author I am reading. I think that's really common. Really common with J.K. Rowling, isn't it? She took a stance that was like, I'm doubling down now. Yeah, that was... But I think the cast don't talk to her from the original films. No, they don't.
They don't talk to her, and now she's... But they reckon that's why she's doing the series now, because it's like, I'll just get another batch of them. I'll just replace them.
Because there's no original cast, is there, in the new one? I get it. It's weird. It's interesting. I'll read out a few more listener messages. But
like Harry Potter was such a...
Never really watched them. So
really?
I don't feel
I remember,
any way, really.
I read them all, the books and all. Like, I remember that being such a... For people of our age, that like... They used to queue up at fucking bookshops at like 12 o'clock at night to get the Order of the Phoenix. And then it was the Deathly... Or it was the Half-Blood Prince and the Deathly Hallows. It was like going to a fucking... Queuing up for playing rock concert tickets. People be dressed up as Hagrid. And you'd be like, hang on, she's not even here. And you're dressing up like a fucking wizard. It's just mad. I'll read you out a few more.
Yeah, well. Kanye West. Fella just went off the rails, really, didn't he? Undeniably an absolute master of his craft, though. Kanye as well. Like, the thing with Kanye, I don't know if this justifies it, but because his music so far it went on so much longer than the mentalness started. I think you can listen to The College Dropout and not support and not feel like that's anything. Yeah. Because I think it happened so much later.
See, with Kanye though, Kanye is bipolar, and there's a thing about him that, like, and I'm not justifying anything that he's done, but his mom was his rock. His mom died, and basically he just had a mental breakdown. He stopped taking his bipolar, and he's type 1 bipolar, which means you hallucinate, you get like fucking mania and stuff, and he stopped taking his medication. So like he was just and again, I'm not justifying.
It's interesting though, isn't it?
But it's interesting. But like, there's the Genius, it's called, on Netflix, the documentary series. Your man, he started filming Kanye before Kanye got famous. It was when he was still a producer. He wanted to become a rapper. They were kind of not really giving him. They're like, you're just making songs for us. We're not going to. Then he dropped Jesus Walks, and then he became a superstar. And your man was filming him from like 1997 all the way to 2018. And he was like, "You're my mate now. We're just going to fucking film me." And it's all through the journey. And then it shows like 2018. He's in Jamaica, and he's just on this fucking rant. And there's a thing where your man's like, "It was then I realised I can't film him anymore because he's not well. And he's just not there." And it's like he just completely fell apart. You know?
Doesn't feel like he's well.
I think he's now starting to kind of take the medication again and make up, whatever the mad shit that but he was doing mad shit. He said like Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves and all, and he was selling Nazi symbols.
He was doing Nazi symbols recently.
What's going on?
The other one, here we go, Morrissey. I was a huge fan of the Smiths' lyrics, as many mope teenagers and 20-somethings are, and many of their songs still appear in my Spotify rotation, but that's always with an element of guilt over Morrissey latterly becoming a complete racist.
He's a right winger, isn't he? Yeah,
he's a right winger. He is
Britain First or whatever it's called.
Yeah, likes Nigel Farage. Agrees that immigration is an issue in England, and the more diversity that comes in the country, the less the country feels like it's got an identity. Think like the London Prime Minister at the time was a guy called Sadiq Khan. He said he can't speak properly. There's a lot of loves Trump. Like there's a lot of. But the weird thing about Morrissey and J.K. Rowling is, like, I think there's 3 categories of people in the public eye that you kind of have to that make you feel this way, right? So like criminals, top one. Well, actually, it's interesting, they're not top, and we'll talk about a few writers who are criminals that I think get a pass. Criminals, accused criminals, and bellends. Bellends that are not...
They're the worst kind.
Yeah, and doing the things that you just can't get on board with, like J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is not a criminal. She's actually spent a lot of her money that she's earned from her work in donated to feminist causes. So, like, you know, this isn't a person that's criminal, but she's a bellend.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel even worse.
Yeah, I think, like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but doesn't mean that you should broadcast it to the world. Don't use your platform to broadcast your opinion. And especially if the world doesn't agree with it, don't fucking blast it even more. Like, what? You know, it's just, I don't know. Was it Malcolm X says, keep your religion in your closet. And like, keep your religion in your closet. It's like, just fucking practice whatever you want, but just don't be out screaming at everybody and that they're the wrong ones and they're doing this and they're doing that. You know?
I wanted to share a poem from a bellend.
Oh, lovely.
Who was Roald Dahl? Roald Dahl, definitively a bellend.
Big Daddy bellend.
Cut loose from his publishing company for being a bellend.
Oh.
A racist man. Anti-Semite, 100%. Wrote about Jewish people in his books. The original Oompa Loompas were African pygmies who had never been... who a white man had never seen before. And just not a nice fella. Not a man that you just wouldn't be willing to spend any time with.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read a poem out from him, actually. Now, this poem is called Little Red Riding Hood, and it's like Roald Dahl did. He took so many of those stories and kind of turned them on its head. Do you know what I mean? And like gave the power back to the kids.
Yeah.
The witches. It's a good example of one of them. In it, like, just give the power to the kids, respect the kids. Matilda, another one.
The Twits.
Yes, all of these stories kind of push back, like give the kids the respect, and I appreciate that, and it's really challenging because
as long as they're white kids,
yeah,
fucking hell,
but this is actually a challenge because, like, you know, you don't want to never watch Willy Wonka, and like, you know, these are actual stories that carry with you.
Yeah,
but he was a prick, massive prick. So like, what do you do?
How do you separate art from artist?
Yeah, very hard. So I'll read this for you. It's a funny poem, and I want to share the challenge with the listener because it is challenging. And this is a poem from Roald Dahl. It's called Little Red Riding Hood. As soon as Wolf began to feel that he would like a decent meal, he went and knocked on Grandma's door. When Grandma opened, she saw the sharp white teeth, the horrid grin, and Wolfie said, "May I come in?" Poor Grandmama was terrified. "He's going to eat me up," she cried. And she was absolutely right. He ate her up in one big bite. But Grandmama was small and tough, and Wolfie wailed, "That's not enough. I haven't yet begun to feel that I have had a decent meal." He ran around the kitchen yelping, "I've got to have a second helping." Then added with a frightful leer, "I'm therefore going to wait right here till little Miss Red Riding Hood comes home from walking in the wood." He quickly put on Grandma's clothes. Of course he hadn't eaten those. He dressed himself in coat and hat. He put on shoes, and after that he even brushed and curled his hair. Then sat himself in Grandma's chair. In came the little girl in red. She stopped, she stared, and then she said, "What great big ears you have, Grandma." "All the better to hear you with," the wolf replied. "What great big eyes you have, Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to see you with," the wolf replied. He sat there watching her and smiled. He thought, I'm going to eat this child. Compared with her old grandmama, she's going to taste like caviar. Then Little Red Riding Hood said, but Grandma, what a lovely, great, big, furry coat you have on. That's wrong, cried Wolf. Have you forgot to tell me what big teeth I've got? Ah, well, no matter what you say, I'm going to eat you anyway. The small girl smiles. One eyelid flickers. She whips a pistol from her knickers. She aims it at the creature's head and bang, 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 she shoots him dead. A few weeks later, in the wood, I came across Miss Riding Hood. But what a change! No cloak of red, no silly hood upon her head. She said, hello, and do please note my lovely, furry wolfskin coat.
That was Little Red Riding Hood by Roald Dahl.
A genius and hilarious.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Like,
so funny.
Yeah, like his stories are so important for teaching children values and the importance of being an independent kid, and you can make your own way. Like Matilda's a little girl that goes and reads books, gets fucking superpowers because she's so intelligent, and ends up overthrowing this horrible principal that's a bully. And like
it's amazing, and it's
all kids.
Kids love it.
Kids love it because they're like, oh yeah, we're in charge. We're going to take charge, you know. And it's so empowering to kids, the stories. But you know, keep his fucking opinions in his closet. Like, don't fucking broadcast it.
He said once about Adolf Hitler that there is a trait in the Jewish character that does provoke animosity. I mean, there's always a reason why anti-anything crops up anywhere. Even a stinker like Hitler didn't just pick on them for no reason. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, mate?
This is a mad, right? You swear we planned this, but this is a segue.
Have you got an anti-Semite to share?
This is something I have to write. So, my questionable character when we talked about this is Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, the silent film clown, the tramp, the whatever, the man of the silent movies.
The Dictator, when he did the Adolf Hitler thing, was meant to be satirical.
So he did a film. Obviously, Charlie Chaplin's questionable. He married multiple teenagers, and
I didn't.
A lot of different women, treated them very poorly. Was marrying like 20-year-old women when he was 54. All this very but like did this particular role, The Great Dictator, where he played satirical Adolf Hitler. First time he ever spoke in a film, and it was 1940. I think he started doing Charlie Chaplin's first film was in 1914. That was his first film. The talkies came out in the early 30s. Charlie Chaplin remained silent. Because this film was so important, Charlie Chaplin said, I'm going to do a speech. I'm going to speak for the first time because it needs to be spoken. And this is, and about all the thing we're talking about, Trump, we're talking about people being anti-Semitic and people doing all this thing. This is a speech that he gives in The Great Dictator. It's the first time he ever speaks. And I want to read the speech out that he does. Fine.
Okay.
So this is the final speech from The Great Dictator when Charlie Chaplin spoke. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there is room for everyone. And the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The airplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now my voice is reaching millions through the world, millions of despairing men, women and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people, and so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man. Not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power, let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.
That was a speech from the great Dictator by Charlie Chaplin, the first time you heard Charlie Chaplin speak in film. And that is very difficult to cross-reference against the moral stuff that he was up to, the marrying of the younger girls.
Treating women horribly, he was exiled from America.
Exiled from America,
like
1952.
Yeah, like mad. How that speech is like fucking
wow,
especially nowadays with all that madness going on in the world. It's actually used in Paolo Nutini's song Iron Sky. There's a clip of that speech that kind of comes in through between the chorus. He is, don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, these machine men with machine hearts, machine minds. There's that part is actually in. That's where I first heard it. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I found, it's a Charlie Chaplin thing. And then you're like, this speech is fucking amazing. But he was a bastard.
You know what's mad as well, as I was kind of going through this conundrum after watching Michael Jackson, you kind of go through the people that you like to read, let's say the writers, and some of them have crimes that almost go so well with the character of the person, it gives them an extra glow. Great example, right? This is a mad story. You know about Jack Kerouac?
Yeah.
Jack Kerouac, right?
On the road.
One of the beat poets. He helped a friend conceal a murder weapon. So basically, his pal was being stalked by a male, a guy, sexually for years, and his friend had enough of it. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. So he did. He killed him with a knife, and Jack Kerouac helped him hide the knife, got rid of the murder weapon, and knew about it, and was arrested. And then, so he was arrested for helping concealing a murder weapon, and he only got out of jail because he agreed to marry a woman who had rich parents who could afford the bail. He couldn't afford the bail, so he agreed to marry someone that he didn't really know because she had rich parents. They afforded the bail, and he got out of prison. And then years later, he ends up writing a book with William S. Burroughs, who is another Beat Generation writer. who also killed someone. William S. Burroughs killed something called a common law wife. He killed her in a drunken accident where he was trying to shoot a shot glass off her head, shot her in the face and killed her. Killed her. And so William S. Burroughs, murderer essentially. Jack Kerouac hiding a murder weapon. Both came together and wrote a story about what had happened to Jack Kerouac in a book called, I think it was called And the Hippos Will Die in the Pool or something weird. It was critically kind of not great, and it was kind of poo-pooed at the time, but exactly what you think they would do. And crimes that are aligned with exactly the sort of thing you'd expect. And it's almost with the whole thing of Ernest Hemingway killed game, and it kind of adds to the mystique of of course they did that. Of course,
Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson became his own character, essentially. He started writing these ridiculous stories and people would believe he was this person, so he started feeding into it to the point that he was so crippled by alcoholism and taking so many drugs that he was fucked by the end.
Do you know he nearly killed Bill Murray?
He fucked him into a pool, didn't he?
He tied him to a chair and fucked him into a pool. Almost killed him.
He was...
But again, exactly what you'd expect.
Because Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, there was originally called Where the White Buffalo Roam, is the original adaptation of the book. And Bill Murray plays Hunter S. Thompson. And he went to his house and he goes, if you want to learn to be me, you need to be able to escape from this chair. And he's like, all right, he got into it and he fucked it in the pool and he nearly drowned. And he had to jump in and get it out. I was like, what the fuck? Why'd you not get out of the chair? But then, Johnny Depp does obviously Hunter S. Thompson in Fear and Loathing. And did you ever hear how he meets him?
No, go on. We're laughing, but he's a bellend, isn't he?
But Johnny Depp is like, we went to his house and he was like, I heard you like guns. And he's like, yeah, we like guns. And he's like, right, cool. So we built a bomb and then we shot it. And it exploded. And then we became friends. And then when Hunter S. Thompson killed himself and Johnny Depp gave the eulogy and then they shot his ashes out of a cannon.
Did they? Yeah. Fucking hell. But it's mad, isn't it? These things almost add a varnish to the character.
But Hunter S. Thompson, again, questionable character, used to hit his wife.
Yeah.
So
not a nice guy, Hunter S. Thompson.
No, just this hyper masculine kind of, to the point that just a lot of anger behind them. And
I think he threatened Jack Nicholson on his birthday once. He turned up to his house and started to set off grenades in his the grounds of his house.
Of course he did. Fucking ridiculous.
Seriously wanted to kill him. But it's interesting, isn't it? There's certain people that commit crimes that get a pass because it aligns with the kind of person.
But also, one of his debut novel was the fucking Hell's Angels, where he went with the Hell's Angels and hung out with them for a year. Went around all the fucking parties and all, taking pills and drinking in the woods. And then eventually, what happens is if an angel picks a fight with you, all the angels have to jump in. So one guy didn't like him, was getting jealous of him hanging out with one of the angels, picked a fight with him, and then all the angels who were his friends had to kick the fuck out of him.
To show...
But to show solidarity with it. Once you're an angel, you're in with the angels.
That's it, you fucked.
But only a mad person would go hang out with the fucking Hell's Angels, and he did. That was his first novel. It's fucking...
Insane.
It's just... Yeah, people are... How do you separate? Because people love... I love reading his work, but I know that he was a bastard. And people watch films that are made by Tim Allen, or watch films that are made by Woody Allen, sorry, not Tim. Jesus, Tim Allen, forgive me. Sorry. The Santa Claus is a fantastic film. Home improvement, life changing. All right, Woody Allen, I meant, not Tim Allen.
Santa Claus 3, great film.
Nearly fucked
Manhattan. You shouldn't watch
nearly
Manhattan
fucked Tim Allen under a bus there. Sorry, Woody Allen.
It's like the guy that did Rosemary's Baby,
Roman Polanski. Also, fucking exiled from America.
And I think as life goes on, there'll be people that create stuff that are awful.
Yeah.
You'll watch a Harvey Weinstein movie now and you won't think about him.
Why don't we try be the first sound lads? How about that?
Well, actually, a good point, and we said this a few times now. With social media, most creatives now do have to prioritise soundness.
Yeah. Because people will fucking know about it.
People fucking know about it.
People will fucking know about it. If you're a bastard, they'll fucking know about it.
It'll come out, man.
It'll all come out.
It'll all come out.
You'll get me too.
So stay fucking sound.
Yeah, be fucking sound.
That's the fucking moral of that story.
Why is it so hard not to be... why is it so hard to just be sound? I don't understand how people... Why do people, have to be bastards? I don't get it. Do you know what I'm going to be an absolute bollocks.
You sound like a child in a Roald Dahl movie now, isn't it? James and the Giant Peach.
I'm like Matilda.
Why do they have to be so naughty?
Why do they have to be bastards? It's fucking true. Like, just be nice. It's fucking easier. Life is much easier when you're not a cunt.
I know, I definitely agree with that.
Thank God we have that colourful language thing at the start of this. I've gone on a rant about
Fuck's sake.
Speaking of someone who's not a bastard, Patti Smith.
Okay.
Fucking Patti Smith popped up on the old Instagram the other day, and I went on a deep dive. Because I like Patti Smith. She's
plenty of poetry collections.
Plenty of fucking loads of bleeding great songs out there. And I was like, I'm gonna listen to a bit of Patti Smith. And then obviously I did a quick Google search as well, just to get a bit more to get more familiar with Patti Smith. And again, poetry popped up, and I was like, I want to see if I can find it.
She had a few, yeah.
Loads of poems. First poem, you know what I do is I was like, I'm gonna try find a poem for the podcast. This poem was the first one I checked. Then I went, I'm gonna see if there's any other ones, but I really wanted to just do this one.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'll have a little browse around. This is a poem by Patti Smith. Load of social justice, load of fucking women's rights. Yuck the women.
All the good stuff.
Not a bastard. We can guarantee Patti Smith's not a bastard. This is a great poem by her. This is called True Music. Time is expressed in the heart of an instrument. Something that stops in the heart of a man. Time is the wall and the space around. Time is the tree, a life that resounds. Time to adore and time to go. To give to the fisherman the slippers of Rome, the whirling embrace, the arms of the fold, to gather together the swirl of the leaves, turning and falling, returning as thee, to the clay of creation. Though your children will hold the wave of your hand, the smile of your soul.
That was True Music by Patti Smith. And I think that kind of connects to what we were saying about Bread and Roses.
Yeah.
That line that she says about the hands
that hold the wave of your hand.
Yeah.
So as you turn to it's like the beautiful creation. So the clay. So we're turning as thee to the clay of creation. Though your children will hold the wave of your hand, the smile of your soul.
Yeah.
So it's like the everyday movements of you, the things that really capture you, rather than the big grand achievements you've made. It's the little things that make up you. That's what your children will remember you by.
It's beautiful.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, so that Emily Dickinson poem about being a nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a nobody, so am I. Don't tell anyone. They'll find out. Like that kind of, it's nice. We'll share it on the next show. We haven't got time today, but it's lovely.
It's lovely.
Yeah, like most of the most inspiring people that I know don't have any interest in fucking anything other than being sound.
Yeah, like people just love being sound people. Maybe, I don't know, there's art, or like not art like art, but like people that gain fame from art. Does it attract a certain kind of person? Not everyone. There are people out there that are sound that enjoy, but like, do some people maybe, I don't know, maybe bastards can be into art as well. I don't know.
You make a really good point.
That's what I'm thinking, like there's obviously a lot of really, really good people that make really, really good art. I suppose art is for everyone, even if you are a bastard. That's why.
But is it fair to say that most people that create stuff have to have either a journalistic mind of like, oh, maybe I need to write about this because that doesn't seem right to me. So you're almost battling against normality as a creative person. You're trying to explain something. You're trying to poke or prod at something, or you're trying to work something out, or you're a bit of a human experiment and you're treating yourself as a human experiment. And if you are doing that, a little bit like Mike Skinner talks about how he lost all his money gambling, like on those fucking
the gambling machines.
He lost hundreds of thousands of pounds just
online gambling,
because he was just fucking going, you know what, that I'm going to try and work that out. So you could accidentally slip into human experiment. Drugs, I'm sure, does, like, Hunter S. Thompson would have just treated himself as someone who's like,
fucking
we'll see how far I can fucking go.
Yeah.
Same with maybe Oscar Wilde with sex.
Yeah.
How many incidents can I get away with?
Yeah, because it was
there's a bit of that going on, like maybe that's the angle of the creative. How what can I get away with?
Like the likes of I I don't know. Like
A
art,
lot of yes men around.
a lot of yes men as well. Yeah, like art helps me understand the world, and I think that through writing poetry, I've gained a better insight into empathy in the world, and you know, great, and from meeting people through art, but also just explaining what you see and how you feel. So, say like Charlie Chaplin, great dictator, a story like writes. It's a fantastic speech. Gives it this amazing speech, first time in his career, about, you know, everyone should be loved and everyone should be, as long as they're not women.
Yeah.
You know, Roald Dahl, empowering children as long as they're English.
Yeah, and not Jewish.
And
or
not
black.
Jewish, you know, and it's like, how can you have this mission where you're like, ultimately you want to make the world a better place for some people?
Well, the thing about just go back to Michael Jackson, he actually sang a song called "Heal the World, Make It a Better Place." That's what I think makes the allegations very difficult to comprehend, because the art is so aligned with the crime. You almost go, and I think the world has already gone, that can't have happened, because look what he was singing. That's where I think it becomes difficult, where the art is very close to the crime.
It's like Jimmy Savile and his charity work.
This is what I'm saying.
Loads of yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
similarities.
Let's end on something happy, will we? This is getting
But it's
fucking,
good to
it's
talk
good
about.
to talk about,
Because
yeah.
like, and you know what I think the most interesting about this is everyone's fucking different
Everyone's
with their
different.
compass. I'm going to be watching Eurovision this weekend
Are you?
because I love Eurovision. I fucking love it. I've always loved it. Every year I fucking bop it. I spend my Saturday night getting the beers and I love it.
My favourite thing about it is that RT are not playing the Eurovision.
This is the thing.
And they're playing the fucking Father Ted episode
And
where they're
I love
slating
that
the
for you.
Eurovision. That's
I love that for you,
amazing.
but thank fuck for BBC Northern Ireland. That's what I'm saying. Because we've all got different moral compasses, Leon. We'll end with this track.
Oh my God.
We were at a gig last weekend supporting All Things Eve, and the support act of that gig was someone called Becca Colley. Again, a similarly amazing folk singer.
Soothing tones.
Very soothing tones. So this is the track Nicely by Becca Colley. Leon, thanks for your time.
Oh, it was a pleasure, never to show around. Bye, 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 bye.
See you next week. See you at the festival.
See you at the festival. Yeah, you'll be there.
Yeah.
No, I'll
The
be
book
there.
festival. Fucking off. I didn't forget about that.
Darla Fleming will be there. This episode will be out after. It went really well.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
We'll talk about it next week.
See you later.
Stove, let it boil over. I hoped you'd give me closure. Think I pretended I didn't know her to you. Stay calm, keep composure. I saw your picture on a poster in the street, and I cried all night. Loved you, think I might. brave enough to say nicely, and I'll be. Body